This is a Jumper T12 radio, and we're going to change one of the settings, which is to do with the low voltage warning. So the first thing I'm going to do is to turn the radio on by holding that down. We get the splash screen, we're onto the model here. Now this left button here, if I hold it down for a long press, it will get into radio setup. I'm now going to scroll through the settings until I get to here, which is a battery low alarm. Now this has got 4 AA batteries in at the moment. That's a LiPo battery, which is why we've got the alarm. If it was a LiPo battery, 6.5 would be the correct setting. So having got to there, I'm now going to press the enter button, and I'm going to, using the up button here, I'm going to change it to 4 volts. Now I can either click through it like this, or do a long press and stop when it gets to the voltage that I want. I can now press enter again, press the return button here, press it again, both of those are short presses, we get back to here, and you'll hear that the warning has stopped and the voltage readout has stopped flashing. So that has worked. We're now going to bind the Jumper T12 to this Eachine E010S, which has got a FrSKY receiver. We're currently on the model screen. We're going to do a sharp press on the left button here, which takes us to model select. We're now going to do a sharp press on the right button, which takes us into the setup menu, which you can see here is 2 of 13. I'm now going to use the up button. I could use the down button, but I'll use the up button instead to go through these settings so that I get to here, which is mode. And you can see by default the mode is set to mult and FS2A. That is not the protocol we want. So I'm going to press the enter button once. You'll see it start to flash. Now I do need to use the up button because I know that FrSKY, which is what I'm after, is further along and just past it, so go back to it. So here we are, we're on FrSKY now, so I can press enter. I now need to press the down button to get to the subtype because it's set to D16, and this particular quadcopter needs to be D8. So again, I press the enter button, and I can use the scroll buttons, in this case down, to get to D8. Once I'm there, I can do a sharp press on the enter button, and it's now set. I can now scroll down to bind. If I now press the enter button on a sharp press, you'll see that bind has started to flash, and we can hear the chirping sound in the background. It has now stopped. That's because it only lasts for a short period of time, which means that you need to go through the binding process for the quadcopter quite quickly. If I now start the bind again, I need to press the button at the front on the quadcopter, the bind button, and I then need to connect the battery. If I press the return button on 2 sharp presses, when we get back to the model screen here, you can see that we've got the image which is for the strength of the signal. This means that the radio and the quadcopter have bound. You'll see this because if I now disconnect the battery, that will disappear. The two are no longer bound. But if I connect it again, you'll see that it appears. So this is the strength of signal. So we've now bound the Jumper T12 to the Eachine E010S with a FrSKY receiver.